Hello and welcome to step number 2 of creating your online business. So right now you would have actually from step number 1 realised roughly how long it's going to take you to actually start seeing results in your online coaching business. Now it could be 3 months, it could be 6 months, it could be even 12 months or even longer. At the end of the day you must realise and understand that these things do take time. There's no real overnight success when it comes to online business, unfortunately, and if you ever do come across a video like that online, then please obviously judge it for what it is pretty much not true. So at the end of the day, it's good to have that time frame, I think. So now you've got the amount of months it's going to take you to build your online coaching business. Hopefully from 3 to 6 months, that should be a good enough time frame for most people, depending on again where you are with your business and your knowledge. So once you have that in mind, step number 2 is all about defining your high demand online coaching service. Now I've actually boiled it down to about 7 points, and I'm going to jump into my Mac on my computer in that one, but it's all about really honing in on who you want to target, who you want to work with, and how you can match your services that you want to offer to that person, and actually if there's a need in the industry that you're choosing to go into in the first place. People do not do their homework. They really don't. For whatever reason, life takes over. They don't know how to research correctly. They feel like it's not as important. They don't want to do it. There could be a array of reasons. However, it's so important. It's so imperative to your success. So yes, please follow the next video. Take some notes. It's going to be quite a comprehensive video, and I'm going to basically walk you through who your competitors are, what they're doing, those who are in your field that are really successful at what they do, and so that you can model them. You might as well model success, because success leaves clues, and I want you to have the best start possible when it comes to you setting up your online coaching business. So here's for you to go to the next video, and any questions at any time, then just catch me in the Facebook group. Alright then, see you then, bye. Step number 2, defining your high demand online coaching service. Now this is the research stage, and I really strongly recommend that you completely go to town when it comes to your research. I don't understand why, but most people just seem to skip this part, not particularly like in this course, but just in general. They don't seem to understand their ideal client in and out, and I just think, why wouldn't you? Because when you really get to understand who you're serving, you can better communicate with them, you can better position your services to them. It's all about getting the right people, getting the right offer in front of the right people, and this is where the research stage really comes into play. Now there are sort of 7 points I've actually listed here. Feel free to take notes your side, but first of all, step number 1, we're here right now. Define your service. Now this might seem a little bit strange, especially if you're quite a seasoned coach, but if you're just starting out, what is it that you're trying to offer? Who are you? Are you a personal trainer? Are you a nutritionist? Are you a back and neck pain specialist? Are you a therapist? Like, what service are you trying to offer as what particular coach? And it's all about offering a perceived measured result at the end. So weight loss could be quite an easy one. So for example, you are offering someone to lose between 2 and 3 stone in a certain amount of time. You're a personal trainer or weight loss coach, as it were. So you really need to define who you are and what it is that you want to offer to start this process off, the research stage. Okay, so the second point I would want to make is just pick one. Now, there's a lot of coaches that do come to me and they say, oh, I'm good at this, so I can help someone through that, and I can get, a result in this for someone. And that is amazing, but it's just all about being laser focused when you first start out. Just pick one service, pick one coaching service that you can offer to a particular market that can get them a perceived measurable result. It has to be tangible. This is quite a point, because if it's intangible, it's quite difficult, I think, to put a certain price on things. But for example, again, going back to weight loss, just because it's easier, for the sake of this example, to get someone to lose between 2 and 3 stone in, let's say, 12 weeks, 3 months, is very measurable. Okay, so yeah, that's my point there. Step number 3.3 is, who do you actually want to work with? Now, the reason why I think this is also very important is because you've got to think long game. You're going to be working with these people for a very long time, especially if you're receiving very good results in your business. You want to keep your business, right? So who is it you actually want to work for? Because they're going to be making up a lot of your coaching time. Now, I've got some points here. Are they male? Are they female? Again, this is such an important point because you would speak to people differently if they were male as opposed to a female and vice versa. So again, when it comes to online marketing, these crucial points they're just essential. What's their education status? Are they married? If so, for how many years even? Do they have kids? What are their pain points? Remember, as a coach, you are essentially getting someone from their pain to their pleasure point. So what are their problems? What are they struggling with? What exactly are they just stuck and they cannot move forward without your help? That is what you're doing. You're getting someone from their pain point from their A to their B into their pleasure point, their pleasure island, as it were. So you need to know them inside and out. And have they tried things in the past? Why hasn't it worked for them in the past? You need to know everything about them, essentially. And even to the point where, which sounds like so daft right now, have an actual visualized image of them in your head, or print out a particular avatar from online, stick it on your wall. That's Sarah. I can help Sarah lose, 3 stone in X amount of months, and things like that. You catch my drift. It depends on what coach you are and what's actually possible. So from there, we then go on to number 4, your niche. Now, people can struggle and feel quite stuck with this part, and I know how I have done in the past, but the easiest way I think to get your head around it is, what market are you in? And there are many industries out there. So again, I always like to gravitate back to health and fitness, just because my background is health and fitness. I've actually run 4 indoor cycling studios in my time, but yeah, health and fitness as a market. Now, what is your sub-market within that big market? So again, weight loss. I keep gravitating to this weight loss as an example, but yeah, weight loss. And what is your niche? Now, who are the people in that sub-market in that big market? So I've got here as an example, busy corporates, or CEOs, or pregnant mums, or people who are suffering injury. Like, it could be anyone. But when you actually know who you're talking to, where their pain points, what the pain points are, where they are in their journey, you know how to then create your marketing around this. Okay, point number 5, what is your story? Now, what is your story is, I think, essential. Why? Because you can really become an individual at your game, and there will never ever be any competition. Why? Because you are the only competition. It's you. There's no one else like you. So therefore, really, there's no competition, is there? And it's going to give you that unique positioning, that unique advanced positioning, because you will only have your own special individual experiences and skill set and whatever else you can bring to the table when you're offering your coaching services. So even though I do suggest to model people, not to the point that you actually fall on their story as well, what can you bring out? What can you bring out in your marketing? What do you think people might want to hear? Most of the time, coaches are coaches because they've been through something themselves and they've got through it. They've got through to the other side. And you could be an inspiration to someone else. So, for example, in my time, I've quit smoking after 9 years. This was like 10 odd years ago, but at the time I did smoke up until that point, and for 9 years I got myself out of depression, using natural resources. I've also set up 4 indoor cycling studios. I'm also now, as you know, like an online coach. I mean, what is it that you can offer as a coach? What is it that you have that burning desire to make an impact in someone's life? So once you've actually got your story in place and you feel that you know exactly who your niche markets are, and you know who they are, to the point where what their language is that they use, and what they like to read, and where they hang out online. Obviously go through these points here and answer them. I then suggest you go to what's called the 2 Comma Club. And the 2 Comma Club is actually part of ClickFunnels. If you haven't heard of ClickFunnels before, then absolutely fine, but it's actually part of the freedom system that I talk about in a later video. But the 2 Comma Club are those who have actually successfully made loads of money. And no doubt you're going to find someone in your niche. Once you Google it, the 2 Comma Club, it's the number 2 and then Comma Club here. This is Russell Brunson. Whether you know him or not, he's actually the co-founder of ClickFunnels. Amazing guy, smart guy. And if you scroll down, they've got the 1 Comma Club, which is the $1,000 club, and the 2 Comma Club, the $1 million club. So obviously you've got your 6-figure and your millionaires in this club. So you know they've actually made money. And if you scroll down through all these awesome people who are no different from you and I, they've just made money, that's all, in what they do, you will find someone in the niche that you want to explore, and you probably will actually end up recognizing a few people, as they no doubt have popped up in your news feed due to their Facebook marketing efforts along the way. So what I would suggest you do is take your time and find 3 to 5 people that light you up, that you are inspired by. Grace Lever, she's one of my inspirations over the time. I first invested in her course about 4 years ago now. Yeah, wow. Keep scrolling down and see who you want to jump on board with, and model them, not copy. There's a distinctive difference there, but model them. So once you've found your 3 to 5, just confirm that they are worth modeling. You then find their lead magnet, which is like their ethical bribe. So basically, what is their free thing that they're offering? So if you're a personal trainer, who here on this 2 Comma list of personal trainers, what do they offer as their free lead magnet? You go onto their landing page, and then what you would do is punch in SimilarWeb. And once you find their landing page, you would put it in here, and it will give you the statistics of their landing page and whether it's worth modeling. Now, what I would suggest you do is to find a landing page that has over 100,000 visits a month, that has a high retention. So for those who stay on their page for quite a lengthy amount of time, between 1 and 2 minutes is a good sign. And if they have a low bounce rate, so for those who are not bouncing, coming off their page straight away. And it's little things like that. I would recommend you really take your time studying SimilarWeb. It can be a little bit spotty, to be fair, SimilarWeb, but to be fair, it's still a great tool. If you find that it comes up with like no statistics, it's probably just because they're updating, or maybe that landing page doesn't exist anymore, or whatever reason. But most people do use this and find really great results. Actually, let's just give an example. So if I go back to Grace Lever, so this lovely lady here that I used to really admire and follow. Oh, I can't find her now. Ah, damn it, I must have scrolled past. Anyway, I'll find her online. So do the old classic Google search. So Grace Lever, she comes up. Grace Lever. There we are. Grace Lever, there she is. So if I punch on her her website, and if I try and find one of her landing pages, learn more, Kickstart project. I've done all these projects. Great, by the way. Learn more. I'm sure this would take me to her landing page. She offers online coaching. Yeah, so this is like it's more of a checkout page actually. Let's go back here. Learn more. Let's try one of our other courses that she does. Another checkout page. Okay, one more, because I don't want to keep hold of you for too long. Let's go back. Let's just do our whole website. Let's just do yeah, just to save on your time, because time is precious. Let's just do Grace Lever. So what you would do, imagine this was actually her landing page. You would go into SimilarWeb and paste her results, her landing page link, sorry, into SimilarWeb, and then it will bring up all the information. It appears we're not on the same page. When you're trying to give an example. Okay, let's just find someone else maybe. Danny, Henry, Liz Benny. Oh, I've heard of Liz Benny before. So let's just find Liz Benny. Again, this is more my field. This is more the online coaching space or online business space. The Queen of Cow, right. So let's just find one of her landing pages if we can. Well, let's just see. Again, time's pressing on. I don't want these trainings to be too long. But let's just go back into SimilarWeb. It should pick up. So if I punch in her email address, her website, sorry. Oh dear. Do you know what? One more time. SFM, Six Figure Mentors. I've used these guys over the years. They are fantastic. I'm sure they're going to come up on similar, because I know basically they're multi-million pounds worth of company, and I just want to give you an example of how to. So if I press here, get started, Six Figure Mentors. I mean, you don't actually have to anywhere, but I just want to make you understand of these types of tools that are out there for you to use, just to confirm and make sure that who you're modeling is getting the results that you want. So you're not wasting your time. So you've got the best start possible for your online business. I don't think that's going to come up either. What is going on with SimilarWeb? Do you know what? I did all these tests yesterday and they all worked. Anyway, that is the beauty of online. Sometimes it's there to not work for you. Do you know what? Because you've actually used the 2 Comma Club and you've selected 3 to 5 people that you wish to model, then you don't need to be confirming as many stats on their landing pages. Maybe their website's down or something. It's very unusual. I've tried 3 now and they've all said the same thing. It's not as if they're not online, because they are. sfm.com. See if that comes up. No. SFM. Six Figure Mentors. Right, I'm just going to try one more time. So I want to give you an example that actually works with SimilarWeb. Oh yeah, look, they come up now. Wow, okay. Well, they did come up. Why didn't it take? Do you know what? Maybe SimilarWeb is just somehow down today because the load time is just too long than what it usually takes. Anyway, the main aim of this video is do your research, and if you are using something like the 2 Comma Club that you know they're either 6-figure or millionaires, then follow what they do. Okay, just follow them on their YouTube channel, sign up to their newsletters, join their groups, and just take on board everything that they do, how they speak to their audience, what content they're producing, and actually bookmark them on your computer, and you've got easy access. So if ever in the future you've got, like, you're stuck with content ideas, you can just hop onto one of your competitors and just maybe get some inspiration from them. But yeah, sorry guys about this SimilarWeb. Oh, okay, hey. So this is what you would see, okay, on SimilarWare when it comes to results. So it would tell you the amount of visitors, where they research online, their marketing efforts. At the moment, it appears that Six Figure Mentors are just concentrating on organic. I know they have done paid in the past, but there's nothing paid here at the moment. Where all their other efforts are coming from, so YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, this is the percentage here. So many facts that you can get from this on their free version, so definitely take the time to have a look and gain some information, just to give you more confirmation that who you are choosing to follow is definitely worth your while. Alright guys, I hope you found that of value, and here's to us in our next video. Alright, bye.